KUGAN, CASSIUS, I4, TV, MT, HAYE, Global. Yeah, again. No, that was about something different. HAYE, BELLEW, the rematch on. It's a bit of a weird vibe here going. It's like a bit of a lie. This is before the press conference has started, by the way.
It's intrigue. Now both fighters, their role has changed. David HAYE was in the driving seat before. David HAYE was the one that said, you have got no chance now. It's like David and Goliath. David beat Goliath, as in Tony Bellew. Now Tony Bellew's in a position to say, I got it right once, I'll get it right again. This time it's not going to go the distance. But that's what David says about this fight as well. The argument is David may bring up and say, you know what, you beat me square and fair last time because of what happened to my ankle. So that is going to be the argument. That is going to be most of the people's argument. The thing what Tony Bellew got right was he said David HAYE's body will not hold up. He got it spot on right. Tony Bellew even said, David HAYE 5, 6, 7 years ago, I wouldn't have beat him, but he's no longer that fighter. So there's nothing he got wrong, and he got everything right. David HAYE has got to produce a career-best performance over his last 10, 7, 8 years to do that, because he's now in it with it against a guy that has beaten him before, knows he's prone to injury, he has to climb the line, and his career's on the line. Because if he loses this, his career's over. Simple as that. But then again, the same can be said for Tony. The loser, where's he go?
Do you think in the back of their minds they give each other credit? David giving Tony credit for, believing he was going to knock him out in a couple of rounds. And,
I think this
is... And reverse, David carrying on with that injury.
These guys are the polar opposites of each other. And that's the problem. So the problem being that, with that being the problem, they will never get on. They will have to deal with each other because they're passive cross. They will never get on. Things were said in the last build-up to the fight that you can't take back, and things will be said in this build-up to the fight that you can't take back. Both fighters played their role. I want to see how. Come on, man, that's so unprofessional.
Can you see who it is?
Let me get it.
Yeah, BoxNation.
I should yell. Let me speak to
BoxNation.
Come on, I love her.
You don't love her.
All right.
That's what you say.
No. Oh, get on. But anyway. But I just think this one is going to be. I think the stall will be set out, and we'll see how it's set out today.
Who wins the fight? Don't say ifs and buts. Hit it for me.
Well, Tony Bellew got it right the last time. I'd say Tony Bellew could pull it off again. If David HAYE's body doesn't hold up. We're on.
David's going to sit there on his own.
Nice. We're on, man. We're on. He's an old soldier. We're on.
Just pick a winner. I'm not going to stop rolling until you pick a winner.
You talk to me after the fight. After this, let me see what I said here, and I'll tell you who wins.
All right. Johnny, what are you eating, bro?
Prawns.
Oh, salami.
Huh? You pig. Nasty. Let's do it, man.
How did you make the whole Robin Banks comparison?
I know what David was saying. I think he got lost in it a bit, or lost us in it a little bit. I knew exactly what he was saying. He's basically saying, I am not going to make the same mistakes that they did and give him the same chances that he had last time.
So he's basically saying Bellew was making a big mistake by
taking the fight,
going back into the bank.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
And that's what he's saying. So David knows what he's got to do to fix this, but the thing is, can he do it? That's the problem. Can he do it? And Tony said the last time, your body will not hold up. So why would it hold up this time if it didn't hold up last time? It depends on what kind of fight David comes in with. When we saw David fight last time, he was big, he was bulky, he's just trying to knock him out with every shot. Now he's going to think, he's saying it's not going to go the distance. I bet you David comes in lighter, around 15 stone, 40, just under 15 stone, to box and move, and jab and move. And the only thing that will let him down is if, one, he can't turn back time, two, he gets suckered into having a tear and getting emotionally involved in it. That's what will let him down. But I'm telling you now, David will go to outbox him and win on points, even though he's saying it's not going to go the distance.
What have you made of this whole situation involving Wilder, Ortiz?
Right, Ortiz has failed the drug test before. He failed now, I think it's on a diuretic. So, what you say is this: Ortiz shot himself in the foot because he was number 5, number 6 in the world for years. Everybody was everyone was happy to ignore talking about fighting him because he was the most dangerous one in the bunch. Now they've got every excuse to say, no, I'm not fighting him, there's a drug cheat. That's their excuse. What they do with Ortiz is, they've got to be consistent with it. So if they're going to ban him, ban everybody. No excuses. And that's what they've got to do. He can't afford to be banned for 2 or 3 years because he's too old. You can't have that much time out of the ring. So they've got to be consistent with how they deal with this. But for our sport, if you want to clean up the sport, there needs to be a dead, steadfast boom. This, you failed, you're out. End of story.
What was it that you got tested positive
I think
for?
it was a diuretic.
Yeah.
So basically, the diuretic is there. I think at one point in the US, certain diuretics weren't banned. They were banned in the UK because you knew if you were taking a diuretic, it was to flush out whatever drugs you were in performance-enhancing drugs you took. That's what Ortiz got failed for. So you can't say he took roids, you can't say he took estrogen. You don't know because you can just see he took a masking agent to cover what he took. So and that's the cloudy spot. Well, what did I take? I didn't take any performance-enhancing drugs. You're just seeing this masking agent. So they can't prove what he did or didn't take, and that's why it's banned in the UK and not banned in the States. It might be banned now in the States, but at one point it wasn't. I fought a guy called Romano Jones who failed the drug test 4 times. He had a masking agent. He had the diuretic in the system. He was a drug cheat. You know.
There isn't a set rule for this, and everyone is treated differently and inconsistently.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn says that if you do it once, you do it once. If you do it again, you've got to go out of sport. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's foolish. You know, he's twice now. Come on. Do it once, it's hard enough to justify it. Do it twice. Come on. It shows you're capable of doing it. It shows you've got that mindset. It shows you've not learnt your lesson to get done for it a second time. I think it's wrong if they don't deal with it correctly. It's wrong. Louis Ortiz has not done himself any favours whatsoever. And that's just down to him. He's just put himself in a position where potentially there could have been a fight with him and Anthony Joshua. I thought it was a good fight with him and Wilder. I thought this would be a Wilder singles
still
fight.
saying he has a funny feeling or horrible feeling in his words that this fight will still go ahead.
No. If this fight doesn't go ahead, I have a horrible feeling that we will see Louis Ortiz still fighting in the next 6 months. That's the problem, and that's why the governing bodies need to sort their shit out.
Have they tested you recently?
Yeah.
Are you clean?
High as a kite, man. I'm always high.
It's a joke.
Yeah, joke me. I don't do drugs.
It's a joke. Have you seen that video of Billy Joe Saunders?
No. What? What's he doing?
I'll show you after. I'll show it on my phone. I can't show people it. I was just wondering if you'd seen it.
What's he doing? Just lip read it. He's doing what? With who?
Press play on that. I'm going to step away.
You need to be careful. He needs to avoid that boy like the plague. I got to take him out.
I know.
Billy's one of our boys now. He's training in Sheffield, so he looks in great condition. He's loving it, so good on him. He's one of us.
Johnny Nelson, thank you very much for talking to iFall TV. Respect, yeah?
Peace.